well. So we are going to take a deep dive into these prospects as we bring in our own digital sports reporter, Marcus Greaves, former Beeve, by the way. These players are being compared to a lot of NFL greats. Penei Sewell drawing comparisons to one of the greatest to ever don a Seahawks jersey.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Walter Jones. And that is because of this. Listen, the guy, we already know the size. We already know how strong he is. But the biggest thing for me is his quickness, his ability to just handle a bull rush, really, right? You see some of these edge guys, they're going to run at you as hard as they can. And what Penei Sewell does is just he takes the fight to them. Basically, the second my man gets his hands on you, you're not going anywhere.
Right.
You might as well just sit down or tap your helmet and have your coach, hey, man, it's time to get off the field, because once Penei Sewell has his hands on you, man, he's throwing you to the ground. So that's a great comparison, and I definitely agree with that one 100%.
I think of two words when I think of Penei Sewell. I think durable and dominant.
Yes.
And it's things you just said right there.
Yes.
Okay, I happen to be a huge fan of your comp for Oregon's Javon Holland. I want to see him in silver and black so bad, but he's definitely one of your top safeties in this year's draft.
Right. And, hey, my man.
It could be.
Show a little bit of love right here,
man,
because they are comparing him, and I love this one. They're comparing him to Mr. Jordan Poyer.
Nice.
Probably the best safety ever at Oregon State. And listen, great ball skills. This guy overall is just very physical, great open field tackler. And listen, the second the ball is in the air, he used to play receiver back in high school. Yeah. So Javon Holland has some, like I said, some really great ball skills that if the ball is up in the air, my man will go up and high point it just like a receiver and rip it away from the receiver. So just to see what he can do as soon as he touches the field reminds me exactly of Jordan Poyer, because Jordan Poyer, my man, he's a bandit out there. He's going to steal the ball any way he can and make the big play.
All right, let's shift things over to the Beavers now. An unreal 2019 for Hamilcar Rashed Jr., but really dialed down from his gaudy numbers this last season. But Marcus, you like a comparison with him with Titans defensive end Harold Landry there's some similarities there, right?
Right, yeah. So it's more of the size of the 6'2", 6'3", 250 to 260 range that they have.
Smaller guys.
Yeah, smaller guys, but they have a motor. They love to get to the quarterback. And the thing with Hamilcar Rashed is that he might be a very dominant pass rusher, but he can also drop back in some coverage, and that's some things that I think a lot of guys are going to like, especially NFL GMs and coaches. They like the versatility of this guy a lot, and I 100% agree. I mean, the guy just has that it factor about him, and he has a knack to get to the football, whether that be, someone drops off a pass in the flats, or he gets to the quarterback, whatever it is, my man can basically get to the ball anytime. I love it, man. I like this comparison again.
All right, let's finish off with Jermar Jefferson. Marcus, yeah, you're a former running back, and you have a specific player in mind that you think Jermar reminds you of.
Right, okay. Bear with me, you guys. Bear with me. Right? Take it with a grain of salt, but this guy, he has some potential. LaDainian Tomlinson is exactly who Jermar Jefferson reminds me of. And that is because the intangibles that these guys have. Great vision, great hands out of the backfield. They can break tackles. Don't make me get into that with all this, the draft nitty-gritty that these guys like to say. But what Jermar Jefferson shows me is his ability to be a home run hitter and a big-time playmaker and a very reliable running back, which whatever team is going to get him, that's exactly what you're going to see. Again, he was hurt a couple games this last season, but again, give him the ball, give him an okay offensive line, and he'll put up some big-time numbers and make some very, very special plays.
I cannot wait.
Man, don't tell me, man. You don't got to get me started, man. I'm ready, man. Listen, if you want to line up right now, if we got to line up and run a 40, I got to do some bench press. I'll do push-ups right now. I mean, whatever it is, man. Listen, I just like football, you know what I'm saying? So I'm ready for this.
He is Marcus Greaves, everyone, and he's excited. The NFL draft slated to begin April 29th out in Cleveland. Hey, we met up with Oregon's